And if you could please start by just introducing yourself, that would be great while I load up your presentation. You're good.
All right, hi, I'm Marcus Medina. I'm the fire cache manager at the Rocky Mountain region in Denver, Colorado. I'm also the new appointed national cache chair, taking over for Stephen Warden, who has been doing this for quite some time now. So, and he's going to go off into retirement again. So, we'll just go ahead and get started.
You want to go ahead and do your own button pushing, or
sure?
Want me to? Okay.
Sure.
Have a seat.
All right. So some of the topics this year, we'll just kind of a quick review of our national interagency support cache system, as well as some reports and handbook updates. The good old instrument replacement requisitions, instructions. Some new items and updates, as well as some MTDC updates that I got from the Technology Center, and then kit changes for this year and last year, just to kind of bring you guys back up to speed on those, and then some of our cache issues and concerns. So our national cache support system, it's obviously made up of 15 caches throughout the United States. The Northern Rockies is our main cache in Region 1, along with a couple sub-caches there, Billings and Coeur d'Alene. And then we have a Rocky Mountain area cache that's Region 2, our two Southwest caches in Prescott and Silver City. I think we got our two caches in Region 5 for California, Reading in Ontario, our Great Basin cache in Region 4. Our Northwest caches, which is our main caches in the Northwest, there is in Redmond, Oregon, and LeGrand and Wenatchee are two of the sub-caches there. And then our Southern area cache in London, Kentucky, our Eastern area cache in Minnesota, and of course our Alaska cache. All these caches basically are supported by the U.S. Forest Service, and then our two caches, BLM caches in Alaska and Great Basin, and then some also have some state representation as well. All our caches now are connected by our inventory management system, ICBS, which is also interfaced with ROS now to share our resourcing status of supplies and equipment. Now, I'm not going to read through all of this, so it'll be available to you guys as well. Just jump on to our reports and handbooks update. We have a new revised incident summary and fire loss report, which combined two of our reports that used to be in our old system, the incident summary report and obviously the fire loss use report. This is to kind of make things a little more user-friendly for our field folks. I've got a couple examples here that'll kind of help you guys out. This is just one that I pulled from the system as of this year. This was a whiskey complex in Region 4. It's got a lot of data on there, so I kind of, as you guys are out in the field this year and you guys want reports, just feel free to reach out to your hosting cache and ask for a report from time to time. We do try to get these out to you, on a, as requested, and make these available to you towards the end of the incident. They have a lot of information on them. Obviously, the most important there, obviously, is the quantity issued in return to you guys. But it will also break it down there as far as what's been transferred from incident to incident, what the outstanding total is, It's it comes out in numerical order by the NFES number. This next page here is your property breakdown. So, you know, it's a lot easier to help you guys track your property as far as your pumps, your saws, your shelters. You can kind of see on this one here too, it shows what's been issued, what's been returned. Obviously, if a pump is returned to the cache and it was used, but it's at the shop and it's usually re-recorded as work ordered, and so it'll still, you know, it'll still reflect that it has been returned to the cache. It just hasn't been returned to RFI yet. And on this one as well, you'll see the 148 is actually the bare pump. So even though the quantity there says 0 and it shows 1 returned, it was because it was issued as a kit and returned as an individual component. And then this is the last page there, the summary. This breaks down everything for you guys as far as what was issued, what was returned, and your outstanding balance, and then your loss percentage. It does break it down there by consumable, durable, and trackable. Then also at the very end, it gives you your totals as far as what was returned with consumable and without consumable. So I kind of recommend that you guys just, you know, request this report during your incidents. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to contact your hosting cache, and they can explain it to you a little bit better. So this is now available to you guys, and it's a pretty helpful report. For 2015 here, coming up, hopefully late spring, early summer, we'll have a new online version of the NFES Catalog. Our Forest Service Enterprise team and contractors developed this web base to allow you guys to search by the item, the description. It allows us to provide updates throughout the year and to help this, you know, keep the catalog current. It will also provide the ability to be able to print it on a PDF version, and also include barcodes, both in the numerical and alphabetical or description form. As of this year, though, there will be no pictures, but they are going to implement pictures in the next year's version. And we will still remain having the publication version available for kids and for the field, so that'll still be available. All right, instructions for the NFES incident replacement. I'm not going to read through this whole thing. This is something that has been out there. We'll continue to kind of post for you guys year to year. There is, you know, if this isn't available to you, always remember too that on the back of these incident replacement forms, these are basically the same directions that are on the back of the form. And then also, now we're up to some new NFES items and updates. The new LED headlamp, the 718, it is out there now. It's obviously a lot more light. It's a lightweight, less batteries, 3 batteries. And as far as the old headlamp, the old yellow headlamp, that still might be available through some of the caches, just at the local level. Most of the national caches now have transitioned into the new 718 headlamp. And this was on there from last year as well. We are still, this new cold weather sleeping bag is available now through DLA. The system, the national cache system, is still carrying and issuing the 022 sleeping bag, which is a green one, but we want to implement it a little bit warmer and longer, bigger bag. Some of the new items coming. The new personal gear bag. This is going to consist of the same model of bag as the old style. It's just going to have two separate compartments now for the tent and the sleeping bag. It will have a new number, so it won't be the 1855 because we're going to continue to carry the old style bag in the system. That way, it just gives you a couple different versions or a couple different varieties for the field folks. The backpack pump, there is a new design for the bladder. This will be replacing the old yellow liner style bag. That's coming in the near future as well. It's going to kind of resemble, I believe, something similar to the old Indian style bag. It's just going to have better seams, better construction, so it'd be a lot more durable. And we're going to continue to stay with the same trombone style pump. There's a new fire flare that will be made available to the system as well here in the near future. It's just currently being tested at Missoula Technology Center, and it will also have a new number as well, and it is compatible with the current flare gun. So still no current date on the availability for these new products, but just wanted to share some of these with you. Kit changes for 2015, the 2069 mobile cash van. Some of the items we've made some changes, removing the 0067 headlamp. The yellow headlamp will be removed out of there, and we'll be replacing it with the new LED headlamp. The lid remover will be removed. No more hot food containers, a bucket style anymore, so that's being taken out of the cash van. And then the security fence kits, we're changing those in quantity from 5 to 3, and I'll show you. So there'll be some changes on the components in that here shortly. And I know this isn't on there, but just for most folks, in the last year's catalog, if you guys notice in the kids section for our mobile cache vans, several of the caches are doing a cache-specific cache van, and the rule of thumb there is that they follow the national standard 2069 cache van, but there's just additional items there that kind of are suggested by that local region. So I believe the Northwest caches and the Southwest caches are the only ones right now currently still using the 2069 cache van. Southwest may be looking at doing a regional specific cache van, but all their caches have gone to that regional specific cache van. And I think the only difference in those, like I said, that the rule of thumb is there, and there will be some direction there that we follow the national standard. But there may be a variation of the sleeping bag, depending on what region you're in and what sleeping bags are putting in the cache van. They're still going to meet that specific quantity. It just may be a variation of a summer sleeping bag or a heavier duty bag. The changes to the 650 evac sked kit, it's just swapping the two headlamps, since the national system is going away from the 667. The 970 security fence kit, description change, and this is the reason why we went with less security fence kits in the cache van, is because we've, instead of doing a 4-foot by 50-foot fence, it's now a 4-foot by 100-foot. It's just, it's cheaper for us to buy the 100-footer than to have to try to buy 50-footers or cut down a 100-footer. quantity changes, obviously we added a few more fence posts. It went from 6 to 10, and then of course we doubled up on the ties. The 1040 crash rescue kit, description change on the hacksaw. It's hacksaw with blade. So that the hacksaw now comes with, it's going to have the, obviously have the blade, and then the hacksaw blades we changed from 11 to 10. It just, for us, that just, it helps us out there as far as inventory. It always seemed to be kind of a confusion there when you had a hacksaw with a blade and the description was just hacksaw. So the 8681, the accessory kit for the air operations kit, we removed the message droppers out of the kit, as well as the 1169 tape with dispenser, and added a dispenser for the filament tape that's already in the kit. So those are your changes from 2015. Last year's changes, basically most of those changes were for the function kits, the planning, the logistics, and I think the finance there. All those were just forms that were all removed that are now available on the web. So those are the kit changes for the last couple of years. Some of the issues and concerns for the national cash system. Obviously, we've talked about this earlier. We're dealing with the GSA to DLA transition. Last year was the first year with the transition. Only a couple of the main cache, only a couple of the caches really got to experience the transition, being region 6 in Northern California. Incident to incident transfer. I'd like to, for the folks, we dealt with this a little bit this past summer. We've dealt with it for several years. With this, the complications that we're having is that when we're doing incident to incident transfers and we're moving supplies and equipment from one fire to another, we're not capturing the documentation, we're not communicating with the caches, so we're not able to transfer those items from one incident to another in the system. So what happens is, and that's our next subject there, is the national fire loss use percentages. Is it reflects on those percentages at the end of the year on the reports, that some incidents might have a higher loss and others might have a credit because we're not capturing the movement of those supplies and equipment throughout the system. So my suggestion to the group is that you guys communicate with the cache system. If we need assistance out there, if we need to provide cache demo specialists or cache liaisons to go out to the field to help you guys capture the movement of these supplies and equipment, it's going to help us in the long run. So please feel free to contact us and ask for our assistance. The national, that brings up the next subject there with the issues and concerns for the national fire loss use percentages. Those seem to continue to grow, get higher and higher. So that's just something to pay more attention to. As for the reports that I showed earlier, so just be heads up on those. Excessive loss of medical equipment, that's been on here for several years, I believe. It's still a concern. We just have a shortage of those medical kits in the system. So if we can kind of keep track of those and make sure those are getting back to the cache, it'd be appreciated. Use of IMT pre-orders when taking over an existing team. Arrive to the incident first before, if there's already a team out there, most of that stuff more than likely is going to be on the incident. So try not to push those initial orders, those pre-orders to us until you evaluate what's already out at the incident. The use of the cash liaison. It's a fairly new position that we're trying to establish in the national cash system. They're basically going out to assist the cash managers, assist you guys. What do you guys need? What are your needs? What can we do to help you guys out? You know, share the shortages of the national cash system with you to kind of help us out as well. Make sure that if you guys have excess supplies and equipment out there, that you guys are, you know, working with the cash system to try to get that back into the system, so we're not having to move so much stuff across the country. The cash demob specialist position, utilize those as well. It helps us be more efficient in getting stuff back into the system. So they're out there, just communicate with us. We are, you know, we're short too, but we would, you know, it definitely helps us be more efficient by utilizing these positions. So make sure we're using the current catalogs and information. There's always plenty of changes when we get folks using old catalogs and searching and what, you know, there's updates. So there may be, you may get a kit and the kit contents is completely different than it used to be, you know, 2-3 years ago, because we've gone different directions with things. So make sure you're up to date with those. Consistent guidelines for the incident replacement. We had those earlier. We've tried to get those into the different, you know, area mob guides in the incident business handbook to make sure that you know, that we're being consistent with our guidelines there. Another big one that seems to come up quite often are incident shelters, our yurts. The heating systems right now, I know that MTDC is working on trying to come up with a new heating system to be able to, you know, obviously heat the yurts. The shelter redesign, these all floors, anchoring systems, cooling options. All this information here, if there's things that you know, we need to provide the field, that the contractors are also possibly providing, that you know, will help you guys out, help you guys out to you know, to be more comfortable, to be able to get your job done. Share that with us so that we can we can get this stuff implemented and get it out to you guys. And then last, you know, are the national caches providing the following? Are we providing you guys good customer service, a good quality product? You know, are we providing you guys the right supplies and equipment you need? You know, are we providing efficient and timely deliveries? And you know, our function kits, are they meeting your needs? These are, you know, you guys can provide this information just, you know, by communicating with our national cash systems. You guys can contact me if there's things that you guys think we could be doing better or how we can help you out better. Please feel free to just let me know. And there's my contact information. So if you guys have ideas or any concerns, any issues, please feel free to send me an email, give me a call, and hopefully I can lead you in the right direction. So, any questions?
So your email's a little black there. What's your email?
It's actually blue.
Oh, blue.
It's mmedina@fs.fed.us.
One thing I want to, this is Suzanne, I want to compliment the caches. When we've had large fire activity in our region, we've had several ongoing fires and several teams out. I've always invited the cache to be on the logistics call, and they've always been very good about getting on that call to hear what shortages, critical needs, or excessive excess equipment has, and have helped to get that equipment located, or helped different incidents, trade different pieces of equipment that helped their incident. So thank you.
No problem.
See if there's any other questions. I'll see if there's any questions out there from the membership.